Multi-digit multiplication using number chips. This is a digital lesson, and it walks students through the steps of multiplying larger numbers. This one is football themed. It's a lot of fun for the students because they can move these number chips around their screen in order to solve the multiplication. So the lesson starts with explaining to the students how to line up the numbers when they're multiplying, the same way they do if they're adding or subtracting in the ones place. If one of the numbers has more digits, it's going to go in the top row. The next slide shows students how to multiply a 3-digit by a 1-digit number. They're going to multiply from right to left, 3 times 3, 3 times 2, and then 3 times 5. And they're showing how to do that on the next slide. So multiplying from right to left, 3 times 3, they're going to place their 9. 3 times 2 is actually 3 times 20, so that means their number 6 is going to go here. So it'll be 60 instead of 6. And then 3 times 5 is 15. Now the first slide students are going to do is slide 5. And they're just going to multiply from right to left. They're going to move these number chips by clicking and holding on the edge to place them in the correct place. So from right to left, 3 times 2, 2 times 2, and 2 times 1. So it starts out with fairly simple problems and it moves to more difficult problems as we get toward the end. They're going to use every single number chip. So if they get to the end of a slide and the numbers aren't working, they know they made an error somewhere and they need to go back and check. So in that way it's self-checking. Now every problem has a letter and a yellow heart. They're going to match that letter to their answer on the final slide in order to solve a football riddle. So next slide, same thing from right to left. And then they're shown what to do if they have to carry a number. So here if they multiply 647 times 4, multiplying from right to left, they get 4 times 7 is 28. But they're going to take that 2 and they're going to place it in the next column over the 4. Then they're going to multiply 4 times 4 is 16 and add that 2, which gives them 18. And then they're going to carry the 1. They're going to leave the 8, carry the 1 to the next column to the left. And then they're going to multiply 4 times 6 and add 1, which gives them 25. So students are going to practice that on the next few slides. The smaller number chips here are going to be the numbers they carry. So 6 times 7 is 42. I'm going to keep the 2, and I'm going to carry the 4. 6 times 3 is 18. If I add 4, I get 22. So I'm going to keep the 2, carry a 2. Then I have 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And I'm going to carry the 1. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 1 is 49. And the numbers should all work out perfectly. They're going to get a little bit more practice here with another, this one 4-digit by 1-digit again, carrying the smaller numbers. And again, they're going to match the letter in the yellow heart with their answer on the very last slide. Now they're shown what to do when they have to multiply a 3-digit by a 2-digit number. So they're going to break this up into 2 different multiplication problems. They're going to multiply 312 times 3 first, and then 312 times 20, because this is 20 and not 2. And because they're multiplying by 20, they have to start that second row with a 0. And then they're going to add the 2 products together to get their answer. So students are going to practice that on the next few slides. They get lots of practice. And they get a 4-digit by a 2-digit, a couple of those, and then a 4-digit by a 3-digit. And here that third row, so they're going to be multiplying 3 different multiplication problems. Because that last line here, they're multiplying by 300, not 3, they're going to start this row with 2 zeros, which are already there for the students. And then the final slide, they have to place those zeros themselves. Now when they get to slide 17, here are all the answers that they should have reached from the other slides. So they're going to go back and they're going to scroll through, find each of these answers, and then type in the letter that's in the yellow heart. If they do it correctly, it should solve the riddle, why was Cinderella a poor football player? So that is multi-digit multiplication with number chips, the football version.